spike horn down there looking at us. You got two spike horns down there now. Three spike horns. Well, two spike horns and a cow horn. 3 bucks together. Where's the big boy at? Hey? Got to be a big buck somewhere. Goes a doe. A buck on the curve. Can't get the camera to stabilize. Looks like probably a 6-point. Well, we've seen several deer this morning, just not no big buck yet. You know, that's about a crazy buck right here. He has standing there looking at me. I pulled the truck down here to turn around. And he's standing in the bushes there looking at me. I don't know what's wrong with him. Find him good in his camera. Oh, there he is. What's wrong with that buck? I mean, I pulled down here in the truck to turn around. See the trash in the back of my truck. I was go take the trash off. I'm sitting in the truck here talking. He ain't 20 steps behind the truck. Never seen this before. I keep zooming out where I can show y'all how close he is. Hard to find him in this camera. Hey, yeah. Never seen nothing like this. I don't know what's wrong with him. He could walk up in next to the truck. Heck, I'm scared to get out. Joker might attack me or something. He's walking up here to the truck. Something wrong with this deer. My arm's getting tired because I'm twisted around backwards looking out the back of the truck. I got the truck turned crossways the road, yeah. Look how close he is. Same buck I saw earlier. Well, I tell you, I've seen stuff before YouTube. If I'd had the camera years ago, I've seen all kind of stuff in these woods and rivers and stuff. I mean, he gets up good and all that. He ain't limping. I don't guess he's been shot or nothing before. He don't act like it. Yeah, something ain't natural about this. Let me see if I can get out and he's around the front of the truck. See what he does. I got out the truck and standing up here. He just standing there looking at me. Huh. Hard to believe. I know he ain't got out by nobody's pen because there ain't a house around here for miles. Wish he'd come from behind them trees so I could see his body better. Make sure there ain't nothing wrong with his body, but I don't see nothing wrong with him. Oh, I see what it is. Now there's a doe over there. Must be a doe in heat. That's what it was. He ain't want to leave her. That's the only thing I could figure YouTube that had to be a doe in heat laying right there. It jumped up and run because the other one jumped up and run. The buck went behind her. I guess it was a doe. All I seen was flashes. That's the beatingest thing I ever seen before in my life. Me right here with the truck turning around. Jeez. Yeah, I thought something was wrong with him. It was just him not wanting to leave that other deer. That other deer had to be a doe in heat. That's the only thing I can figure. Beatingest thing I ever seen before though, when you can get out the truck. But I was backing up, almost backed over the buck. And that's how I seen him get up. I just pulled him to turn around. And Joker laying right here and get up and stand there and look at me and won't run. Started to walk up next to the truck one time. See all sorts of things. But YouTube, what I think going on, after I saw that other deer jump up out the broom straw right there beside me, was that he was there guarding a doe. But I almost backed over the buck. When I was backing up, and I was going to back off the road to turn around, because there wasn't no ditch right there, and I almost backed over the buck. He jumped up behind the truck, and that's why, and then him stand there like that, right there behind me and not run, that's why it had me confused for a while. I didn't know the other deer was there, and then finally the other deer jumped up right on the other side of the truck there, and then he went behind that deer. And I've seen bucks, big bucks, guard does before and guard other bucks off. But usually if I've had does run past me that bucks would be chasing. And usually that buck, if he spots you, he'll turn and try to go around. But that young buck there, I don't know, either he's awful brave or awful crazy. But I know years ago, I was thinking about it on the way home. I think it was out in Texas. A guy was walking the side of the highway and he keep picking up cans. He liked to pick up cans sometime and keep the side of the highway clean. And I remember reading that a big buck had caught him off away from his truck, and the buck, it was rutting season, and the buck had caught him away, and they found somebody spotted the man side the highway and the buck standing near him, and I think a highway patrol or somebody come in and shot the buck, and they said the buck was just fooled. But I thought about that on the way home. But that young buck, he was either crazy or brave one. But I got out the truck was running, and when I was filming out the back windshield. But you don't never know what you're going to see out there in nature or what's going to go on or anything. It's always something new to see. But I've seen a lot before, but just in the last couple of years that I've been taking a camera with me, I kind of show you some of the things and all that. But if I'd have had a camera years ago, back when I was a teenager and right on up when I was younger, I could have had a lot of stuff on film. But anyhow, I hope you enjoy.